All right, hello and welcome. Um, please introduce yourself a little bit. Maybe like what, what weapons you play, what team do you play for?
Hey, I'm Thunder from Crush Soda. I play Splash, Zap, and V-Shot. And yeah, and I'm coaching Indigo right now.
Yeah, and I guess like, have you heard of this Indigo before you started coaching them, or is this the first time you've ever heard of them?
Oh, this was the first time I specifically have ever heard of them. hmm
I guess like,
My, yeah.
um, what are the things that like you got to know about this team? Like, what are the some of the conversations you had? Like, any interesting stories or like fun like little I guess anecdotes you got from them?
Well, yeah, it was my first time meeting them, but my teammate Wave actually coached one of them already.
Oh,
And I took the time and I just looked at my mutual friends through Discord for like all of them. And we actually had like a bunch of people in common. Like my best friend that was on my team that I played with throughout Low Inc was friends with one of them, and then the same person I was like on my Div 2 team with that I grinded together with to get into like +1 around the same time was also friends with them. So they were like all kind of connected.
dang! Like, so I guess like these are just people that like you had a lot of mutuals with it. Like, that's amazing to
Yeah.
know.
mhm.
I guess like, okay, let's go into one of like the first points. Into I guess like you as like a coach, right? So have anyone on the team coached before, or like I guess because it's just you right now, have you coached anyone before, or is this your first time?
Yes, I've coached players before. I've coached whole teams before. So it's definitely not my first time.
For sure. I guess like from your experience coaching other people, what did you try to implement when you were coaching, I guess like Indigo for like the first time?
So like usually I definitely gravitate towards the people who play my weapon and my role, and I like look at their builds and I tell them what I think they don't really need to wear anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, some of them were wearing Ninja Squid for V shot still, and then I like to use the analogy like taking off Ninja Squid is like taking off the training wheels,
Mm-hmm.
and then they said they felt instant improvement because like you have to play a different way. That's better for the weapon and such. Just
Mm-hmm.
around stuff like that. And I usually like to give them pointers and then like look at my gameplay and tell them what kind of decisions they should make in that kind of sense.
Yeah, for sure. It's like it's definitely easier to coach someone who like plays your weapon over like let's say like
Yeah.
coaching like an E leader, right? It's like how but
I mean, hit your shots, I guess.
yeah, hit your shots. Um but like I guess going into coaching, even like just before coaching, I guess like what's like one of the biggest struggles you like go from teach like coaching one-on-one players to like a whole team?
Well, I guess it's easier to do like the people who play my role because like as a whole team, so much there's only so much I can tell the back line. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the main advice I can give the back line was like they got to be like the backbone of the team. So they definitely do not want to die as much as the Slayers and such like that.
Yeah, for sure. I guess um while coaching Indigo, what was like the biggest struggle you saw like in terms like of a team, or like maybe specific plays, or like how the team works? Like, what was one of the biggest like challenges they had as a team? And I guess like what was like how did you guide them through that challenge?
I think they were all good individual players but they kept getting wiped like way too much. Like they kept going four down, and then like going four down is like really, really bad in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So like I definitely tried to help them overcome that. Like, okay, you don't want to go four down all the time. At least the back line needs to be alive. And certain situations on when to play it safe and when to, not die and when you should push and such. And like you should sit top mid for here because and watch the flanks here. Just stuff like that.
So like, as individuals, obviously, like most people I think who play comp like have good mechanics to a certain extent, but it's like just being like giving them like the idea of like awareness of like hey talking to your teammates. It's like hey someone's there, someone's like somewhere else. It's like taking those like key positions, right? I
Yeah, awareness is definitely crucial.
gotcha. I guess like that's like pretty much all I have for questions for you. Did you have any like advice, I guess, overall for like any other low level teams or just certain advice for like new people coming into comp?
I definitely think making connections is like the biggest thing that you can do by far. Because you mean you never know until you try. You can DM like a bunch of people asking you to take you into higher level players and higher level scrims and even pickups for tournaments and stuff. Because that's definitely what I did. And yeah, I got ghosted by like 70, 80% of them. But like the few that actually replied back, they were like insanely helpful into like, my development.
Yeah, for sure. And like I guess that goes into this last question of like do you think this event is like helping bridge the gap between the different skill levels of the community? Cuz like I know like when I was in low level, I was always like scared to DM people or like people higher level or like I always try to like idolize people who were let's say like +2, +1, even +3 or like just people higher div. I guess like do you think this helps sort of like bridge that like I don't know how to say it, but like that mirror of like thinking these people are unapproachable.
Yeah, I think that this event definitely helps with that because like this kind of stuff definitely did not exist when I was playing low ink, and I think it's really cool that like you just sign up and then you get free coaching from like a Div 1, Div 2 or above team, and I think that's really amazing, and it definitely helps you like you end up making that connection because like I'm pretty sure you'll always like remember the team that coached you like as you continue to go up over time, like you'll always like remember them, and it's like I don't know you. I definitely made friends with the team I'm coaching, and I'm pretty sure other teams are doing the same.
Yeah, for sure. And like, you know, as this, I think if this wow, I can, as this event keeps growing, I think like that type of connection, like, especially for like high level, they're always like, why would I watch low ink? Who am I supposed to watch, right? Well, here's a team that you can watch in low ink and like cheer them on. And like for the low level teams, they're like, this is someone that I can approach for like advice or like anything I have questions with. It's like what is the plus server? I feel like not a lot of people even know what that is.
Yeah.
All right. That's like again, that's all the questions I have for you, but why don't you plug yourself a little bit? Where can we find you? Where can you find your team? It's like where like do you stream anything like that?
Yeah, you can find me at CS_Thunder 5 on Twitter, Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. It's all the same. We have a team Twitter. It's at crushsoda_SPL. And then there's the rest of the teams listed and like our team posts.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Thunder.
Thank you for having me.